Hello, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's, looking at a Jaguar F-Pace, I think it is. So, customers just pulled up and gonna have a look around it. It's got an issue where it is, it's jolting in the gears, he said, and it is being hesitant from when you pull away. Okay, so we're just in the car. I've plugged in my OBD reader down there. Start button over here. We'll start up. See what we're looking at. Oh, no engine light on. But right, he's had it at a garage. He's had it at 3 different garages. He's told me. Trying to resolve this issue. And he's then taken it to someone who said they need to do a remap on it. Let's get the diagnostics up and running. Yeah, another mechanic. Sorry, he's taken it to. He said to him the car just needs a remap. They've done a remap on it, and it hasn't fixed the problem. So he wants me to have a look and see what's going on. He said they deleted the AdBlue. Yeah, that was one of the things he said. I'm not sure how deleting the AdBlue is going to stop the car jerking around. He said he's had it. That's another one. So one of the garages was a gearbox specialist. They had done something with the software, the gearbox, that didn't fix it. So he told him to take it to someone who does engine remapping. They've done the engine remap. Okay, yeah, there. So we've got that code, unauthorized software. That means it's that's the remap code. We've got a manifold pressure correlation. So it's probably got an air leak. See, excessive flow detected in the EGR. Now, if it's got an air leak, that's going to be the main problem really you want to look at, because these codes could probably be chucked up because of the air leak. Now, maybe if someone's been working on it, that code might be irrelevant. It might not even be there. But let's take it on a little test drive and see how it drives. Okay, I'm on a private road, so he's saying there's a delay in the takeoff. I'm not too sure. It sounds... So you could say there's a slight delay, but not that I can notice. But he's saying it's quite different to how it normally drives. We'll drive it a little bit harder, see if it makes any difference. It doesn't feel jerky to me. Maybe slight delay. It feels nice and smooth, to be honest. I mean, I think I can hear a slight air leak. So let's get a smoke tester out. Okay, I've got the smoke tester out here ready. This is the engine we're looking at. So it's the Ingenium engine, but slightly different to the one you get in the Evoque, or at least it's just in a different position, I think. So you've got the DPF that sits over here on the left side. EGR cooler sits just there under it. Okay, we'll open up the inlet pipe and we'll do a smoke test on the system. That's the first thing we're going to want to do. So just having a little look around. There's no visible, I can't see any visible signs of a leak. Usually you can see sort of something's been leaking. You can see sort of oily residue everywhere. Okay, turn that on and we will insert it in here to the inlet. And we'll get that bladder pumped up. You can see there we're starting to smoke. So we'll just get that sealed off. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that on camera. Smoke here. The oil stick wasn't put down, and you can see there it's been leaving a wet patch in that area. Surely it's not because of that, is it? It's it's hard to imagine what way each different engine is designed. Would a crankcase leak chuck off a manifold error? I'm not sure. Okay, that's been running for a few minutes. I can't see any leak apart from the one that was coming from here. So we'll get that removed. Okay, so we know it's had a remap software unauthorized. Manifold pressure. We've done a smoke test. Gonna put that down to the loose oil dipstick. These two codes, it's questionable, you know, could the air leak set off this? But gonna see what we can find. No, can't do live data for that, so let's just go back to the data stream there, see if we can find anything related to the EGR valves. Okay, we've got live data up here. So we've got this one here in the red, flow rate inferred. So that's just increasing the more we accelerate it. Okay, so here's where I am so far. I've taken off this EGR pipe here, 2 bolts at each end, and just having a look at the EGR actuator down there, the motor, just to see if that's opening. So if I set up an actuation test here on the launch Eurotab 3, we'll just set that to say 90%. Now I'll get ready to press start on that. We'll just try and have a look at the motor and see if we can see it move. I can show you. Let me just try and get this down here without the wires getting in front of it. You can see that is opening and closing. So I'm just spraying some DPF cleaner into the EGR there. Okay, so cleaned it up as best we can there without dismantling everything. Okay, so what I've done, I've opened up the EGR cooler sensor here, the pressure sensor for the EGR cooler, and I am just going to spray some of the launch DPF cleaner in here. I'm just going to empty half of this bottle into the sensor there, down the tube, and it goes down into the EGR cooler there. Hopefully that will just rise up to the filter there. Okay, now we've got half of that bottle in there. Let it sit for 5 minutes. Then we will come back inside and start the car up. Give the car a few revs, get that fluid going through the system. Now we'll spray the rest of the fluid in here while the engine's running. Okay, so all that fluid's gone in there. That is the fluid we're using there from Launch UK, DPF cleaning fluid. Now we'll get that reconnected. Now we'll use this pedal depressor to hold the revs on the vehicle. And just get that lined up here. I don't seem to be getting any smoke out of this one. And there we go, we got a little bit coming out now. Okay, we're back in the vehicle here and we are gonna just clear these codes. So that one there is not gonna clear. We'll just have a look in special functions, see if there is any options to adapt the EGR valve. Here we have low pressure EGR adaptation. Failed, so maybe I'll try to make sure the ignition's on. Yeah, we've got the ignition on, so maybe it just doesn't support this vehicle. Okay, we found a different option there for that in a separate part, and we have reset that now. Now, we'll start the vehicle back up again. We'll go back in and read the codes. So we'll take it on a test drive now and see what codes, if any, come back. Okay, finished a little test drive there of a couple of miles. Gonna come back in and check the ECM again. So I haven't had any codes returned. Sorry, the screen is sort of zooming out there or whatever. Okay, we haven't got any codes back. Well, I don't know if I already checked, but I don't know if the guy's been remapping. I don't know if they've deleted the DPF or anything. Let's see if we can read the DPF pressure. So yeah, that seems to be working okay. What I don't understand is he's had someone remap the AdBlue out, but for this exact problem that he's having, I don't know why they deleted the AdBlue, but why not delete the EGRs? I mean, if you're going down that route, how come you didn't delete the EGRs? I don't understand really that. That would really annoy me if I had the car. It's got that unauthorized software. I'd probably just put it back to how it was, to be honest. Just taking on a test drive with the customer. Just recheck the codes while we're driving. No fault codes returned. So, customer says that all of the lag in the acceleration and the jerking of the engine has gone. What I would like to know is, did that loose oil dipstick cause any of the issues? So I don't know if I might loosen it out again and take it on another drive to see if any of those faults return once the dipstick is out. So I would like to know what caused the problem. Okay, we're back from a test drive. Read the codes. We have no codes remaining. Okay, just to see, I'm going to loosen back out that oil dipstick there. Okay, I've opened off the dipstick and we're just going to test drive it again, see how different it feels. Yeah, and we can feel the jerking is back.
It's not bad now.
It's just when you slow down and then put the accelerator back on.
Yeah. Didn't even go then. So
we'll try it here as we slow down again and then pick some speed back up. See if it does it again, yeah.
See? Feel it?
Yeah, feel a bit of a jerk.
It's not going, it's not doing it. Oh. Did it then a little bit. It's not as bad as it was.
Let's read the codes. Oh, we haven't got any codes back yet. Close that back down. Just checking, I don't know, it looks like it's breathing quite heavy, this engine. Not really sure. I can't remember how, you know, how they normally behave. If we open a dipstick, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I think there's a bit of excessive blow-by from the dipstick on this. That's probably why that's blown out, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. That's probably why that was out before. It's probably blown it out. It's got high crankcase pressure, so it's probably got worn piston rings, maybe. Okay, so that's it, I'm all finished.